Morning, dear language lovers. Today, on 4th January, Wednesday, we are going to discuss the language activities by going through the Hindu newspaper. I'm Chintu M Raju for Success Garten. Dear language lovers, section is purely for initiating language-related discussions and expressing opinions. So ultimately, after going through this session, there must be some discussions from our side. Then only this becomes a meaningful activity. The first news item goes like this: no need for extra curbs on free speech of ministers. SC. No need. If you go through the sentence, you may be wondering where is the doer side. So that is called dummy subject called there is. There is must be there is no need. There is no need. Otherwise, it is incomplete. That's a privilege of a newspaper. There is no need for extra curbs. Curb is really the pick of the day. Curb. Can you see the pronunciation of that word?
Curb.
Curb. As we know, the letter C has got a soft sound and a hard sound. Here, the hard sound has been used. Curb. 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 When you curb something, it has got a verb function and a noun function. It must be a limit. You are limiting something. Curb. Once again, we hear the sound.
Curb.
Curb. Limit. You limit something. For extra curbs on free speech. Free speech. Because speech is a very beautiful noun from the verb speak. Speech.
Speech.
Speech. Speech. Speech. Ch sound. Speech is a beautiful word in English language. From the verb speak, we have speech. There is no need for extra curbs on. Can you see curb on something? That is called a beautiful preposition arrangement. So whenever we have prepositions, they are linking word to word. You must know the position of prepositions, the selection of prepositions. This is by SC, by Supreme Court. See the sentence structuring. There is no need for extra curbs on free speech of ministers. Can you see there are three prepositions: for, on, off. This is how we are giving care to small words in a sentence. Prepositions are precious stones in English language. So respect every word in English language. That is how we grow in this language. There is a purpose for every word. You cannot neglect any word. You cannot turn a blind eye towards any word. So by this sincere activity, we are one step ahead of our language activities. Okay. So we go to next news item. We are against war, but will fight if forced to. Rajnath. It's from our Defense Minister, Rajnath Singh. We are against. See, this is again a tricky word. We must be very much careful about its pronunciation. We see that EGAINST.
Against.
Against. It's not against, against, against,
Against.
against. Okay. So that is how we check the pronunciation of a word, because English is not our mother tongue. So we must have some extra care to see the pronunciation of a word. We are against war. War. That word is very important. The letter is A. See the sound of that.
War.
War. See, though the letter is A, the sound is O. War.
War.
War. R is silent there. War. We are against war. War. Water. Vote. See,
War.
the words having the letter A may have O sound. That is a very interesting observation. We must be very much careful with such sound systems and all, because when we speak, our sound system matters. When we write, our spelling matters. Okay. Now we come to the next news item. Governor clears reinduction of Sagittarian into cabinet. Governor is the doer here. So clear off is a very important verb pattern today. So as we know the word clear.
Clear.
Clear. It has got an adjective meaning and a verb meaning. If it is an adjective, it is very easy to understand. Okay, now it's clear. Okay, as a verb, we must see its position. As a verb, it is remove or get rid of something blocking you. Or when you clear off something, you prove that someone is not guilty. It's purely a legal related thing. Okay. So that is exactly used here, clear off. Okay. The governor clears reinduction. Okay. Reinduction. Re is again. So induction program is very common in organizations. As you know, it's a part of It's an occasion when a formally somebody is introduced to a job. Induction, okay.
induction,
Induction, the accent falls on the second syllable. Induction. Okay, that is a formal ceremony where a person is introduced to a job for the first time. Induction.
induction,
Okay, induction. So reinduction of Sagittarian into cabinet. So that C sound is very interesting. We see that, okay, cabinet. Okay, its pronunciation is very important.
cabinet,
Cabinet. Okay, cabinet. The accent falls on the first syllable.
cabinet,
Cabinet. Clear off. Clear off. Okay, see, you get rid of something. Governor clears off that matter. Then we move to the next news item. Changing address on Aadhaar now made easier. It's very interesting news item. Changing address. See, this word is very interesting. The letter starts with A.
address,
Okay, address. Address. Okay, that sound. Sound. Okay, your schwa sound. Okay,
address,
address. Okay, can the accent falls on the second syllable?
address,
Address. Changing address on Aadhaar. Aadhaar spelling is very interesting. Aadhaar. You have four A's in a single word. Okay. Aadhaar. Aadhaar. Purely indigenous word. Okay. It is now made easier. It's made easier. Okay. It's made easier. That's a very interesting structure. It is made easier. So this, dear language lovers, please give special care to the word make. Make is a very interesting verb. You can use make in multiple purposes. Okay, so we go to next news item. Scientific community must work to fulfill country's requirements, says Modi. It is from the Prime Minister of India. Okay, so it is about scientific communities' activities must be for country's growth, country's requirements. The alignment must be proper. Scientific community, can't see. Scientific is a very interesting word. See, we have science as a noun. Okay, see,
scientific,
scientific, and see, a lot of diphthongs are there. Scientific. It's very interesting adjective. Scientific community. Again, we have got a hard sound today. So we have got clear, curb, community. Community is a very interesting word. Communities. It's a hard sound of C.
community,
Community. The accent falls on the second syllable. Community. Scientific must work. Must is a helping verb. We have 13 helping verbs. Can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, used to, ought to, need, dare, must. Must work. After a helping verb, we have the root form of a verb. Must work to fulfill. And the spelling of fulfill is very interesting. F-U-L-F-I-L. If you take the individual part, you can see FULL for full, FILL for fill. But when you combine them, you can see we delete one L from each word, then it becomes FUL, FIL. The same way you can say skillful, SKILFUL. This is a very interesting observation in spelling rules. Dear language lovers, when you have a word, please respect its two properties. One is its sound, the other one is its letters. Sound is needed when you speak, letter is needed when you write. If you start your journey in this way, language will be your close friend. And I request to enjoy this activity. This is a very powerful activity by which you can improve your language a lot.